Hey yo, we're leaving the, was it Three Rivers Con?
Three Rivers
with
Con.
Arlene. We were with Todd and Dave and even our friend Steven and our pal George that had a table set up. You can see people were exiting like rats on a sinking ship. It's the end of the day. We milked this sucker for all it was worth. But
we got some awesome books.
There's spider pigs in there somewhere, arachno hogs, and all kinds of good stuff, original artwork. And then we saw a lot of good stuff. I didn't take hardly any pictures or video, but we got a video with George coming up, looking at his stand and what he's got. And stay tuned. See how it's vibrating. Don't get excited. All right. So we're here with Vaseline and Taad. Did you do something to your hair?
I did.
Like a rat. With a rat dragged in.
It's a little different.
What is that, Janine? You want to tell everybody?
These are my little Pikachu ears, Pokemon that I got at the
con.
At the con.
Was that one that give away?
That was one of the
Detective
giveaways.
Pikachu.
I'm not gonna say that.
Where's yours, Todd?
I put mine in a lucite case and I'm preserving them because I'm just that big of a fan.
You could sell them on eBay
Yeah,
for
it's
$50.
my retirement.
Yeah, I was excited about my
Yes.
cheap ass Dark Horse pen.
Did you?
It says Dark Horse right on it.
Did you get the pin?
I didn't see the pins. Why didn't you tell me there was pins?
I got one for you.
Shit.
I got one.
Okay.
I got one.
I would have took a pin.
$14 we call it eBay.
Ah.
Dude, you know what else I got? I got one of these. They had these giveaways, the DC Essential Graphic Novels of 2019. They had this Marvel Universe War of the Realms thing. And then they let us pick a graphic novel, too.
Mm-hmm.
So I grabbed... Because I remember when this came out, I got the first issue, but I didn't read it. It's supposed to be pretty good. Rest.
You know what? I got a hardback graphic novel and I was like, oh, really cool. And then, of course, I opened it up and they stamped it. I was like, man, you've got to be kidding me. I'm like...
But they also gave away the Year of the Villain, so I got another Year of the Villain. It wasn't that 1 in 500 one. And then for the con, they had a con exclusive, which actually this isn't in the CLZ app. I'm going to have to put it in. But Hope #1, Three Rivers Con exclusive. You can see the logo there. And was there anything else they gave away? Let's see here. Nope.
They had a bunch of stuff they were giving away.
They had these The Walking Dead.
Oh, yeah, I did get one of those. Another one of
bandanas.
those. Cool.
Got one of those. I picked up a Hellboy.
Hellboy.
That if you notice, they're stamped. You know what was really cool? I wonder how many people
Yeah.
knew that was on the back on the inside.
Oh, how about that?
Yeah.
Dave, do you need one of those? For some reason I grabbed 2.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
take one.
So, but it's stamped.
Make sure it's stamped.
Yeah.
Did I get? Yeah.
What else did you get? You got a graphic novel too.
This was my graphic novel. Mysterious Ways is the one I picked up.
That looks a little Luke Skywalker-ish there, that pose, don't you think?
Is he posing?
Well, it looks like the,
He's posing.
No?
Is that a dildo? It's like a pink thing.
I'm not sure what that is, but
we
I'm
went
not.
to from Star Wars to
Star Wars.
Yeah.
Hey, Robert Hack was there, and he was giving away a couple things too. So I got Deja Thor's #1 signed by him, which I don't think this one's in the CLZ app either.
Oh, so that's where I got that.
Yeah.
That was one of the ones that Robert gave away. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So he gave away that.
'Cause I won one in the auction.
Did you? A signed one?
Yeah, but it comes with a
COA.
Yeah.
I wish I had a COA. They weren't selling the COAs. They had a sign up that said COAs. We went to buy them, and they were like, "Oh, that was a mistake."
I think they were still working some bugs out a little bit.
Chilling tells us, "Oh yeah."
Yeah.
Chilling tells us Sabrina.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween Comic Fest signed by Hack.
Mm-hmm.
So that was that. So I don't know. Well, you guys want to start with the cheapy stuff? Like I got some dollar bin stuff here.
Yeah, I
You guys got dollar bin stuff?
I got kind of pale mail, yeah, a little bit.
Lose my ear.
Are we gonna do the what? Yeah, he's being awful quiet tonight there.
Yeah, what's up with him?
Oh, you know what, Dave?
Oh.
I found things for you though.
Oh, I think it's batteries.
And I actually got a couple things
that?
signed by.
Ah!
Those are for you.
Oh, how cool! I got 3 of mine signed by Robert Hack.
There he
Sabrina, and Jughead.
Cool things.
And then this was pretty cool. I also got those, but you already showed those, so I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I got it.
What are we doing? Round robin.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't know where I got stuff signed by Robert Hack, but I don't know where I put it.
Dollar bin. I really like the Spider-Man in Burning in Effigy. That's like really.
Yeah.
That's a little brutal there.
That was when I first started collecting comics that came out.
I found a Son of Satan #1 for dirt cheap. We got a Champions #14 for pretty dirt cheap. Got a Captain Marvel 59 for dirt cheap.
What's dirt cheap? $1? $2?
$2. Yep. And this was in the whole pile. This is Fantastic Four #119. I guess Marvel was aware of the racial tensions that were going on, so the Black Panther in this one becomes the Black Leopard to get away from, I guess, the volatile group that was
The connotations.
actually achieving great things at that time, but through probably methods that were scary to some people.
frowned upon.
Well, I don't know. You know, uptight white America kind of get a little jittery.
A little jittery.
Little jittery.
All right, what do you got there, Vaseline?
Okay, I have the Amazing Spider-Man 359, which is the first cameo of Carnage. This one I just bought because of all that,
Brother Voodoo hype.
all the hype on Brother Voodoo, but it's a Marvel team up, Spider-Man and Brother Voodoo. Then these we actually got. I think this was like in between when we took a break from
we took a break. We
con.
went to the con, and then
Yeah.
we took a food break, and then we went
Yeah.
to the store, dug in a dollar bins for a little bit, and then came back.
Yeah. So I got this is Elf 15, and I only got it because there's a kitty on the cover.
Okay.
You can't really see
Looks
him.
like he's in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, you can't really see him, but he's there.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah, this one, I don't know. I didn't know if it was a variant or what, but I wasn't going to leave it there for... I wasn't sure, but I wasn't leaving it there.
That should be the first appearance of Witchblade. So the ones that say Cyblade she are the ones that you want, but there's another ones that look almost exactly the same that say she Cyblade. Those aren't the ones you want, but they're the first appearance of Witchblade.
Mm-hmm. And these two were actually, I got both of these for $1. They were in the, in the same thing, but it's a Tales from the Crypt.
Oh my goodness! What the hell just happened?
What is going on?
Boy,
Lord and baby Jesus!
I thought I was blown away by that comic book.
I don't know which way we're supposed to go. We might end up being upside down. Edit.
That is
Okay.
pretty cool.
You good now?
So anyway,
Where were we before we were so rudely interrupted?
Tales from the Crypt. And
That's really cool. I've never seen that one. I like that.
Thicker Than Blood. I have no idea, but no werewolf.
Yeah,
Lots
it's
of-
Mike Ploog,
yeah,
man.
so-
Come on.
I like Blue.
It's pretty cool. I actually got those two, both of those.
Did they
for
spell
$1.
Van the right way? Was it correctly spelled? Then or than? Then or than? I don't know.
I'm missing something.
All right, go ahead.
Okay.
That's for all you esoteric
Here,
folk
wait, take
out
a breather.
there.
Take a breather.
Okay.
Okay, round,
You
the rounder round.
Robin. Is it my turn or your turn? Your turn?
Go,
Go ahead. It's your turn. You got dollar books there or something?
I don't think so.
Okay, here, let me do these. So, here, I did find these ones. This is this is another one of Robert Hack. This one, well, here, let's do this. Let's save that. Oh boy, I got this all goofed up now. All right. So this is one of the wrong ones. This is the variant on the She Cyblade. This is the wrong one.
Okay.
I didn't know that at the time. I had to do some research. But I was all excited at first. I finally got. I'm not a huge Fantastic Four fan. I grabbed a Marvel Milestone reprint of #1, and it is a facsimile aside from the silver. I grabbed one of these because I don't see a lot of nice copies of these, and it's a pretty nice copy of Guardians of the Galaxy #14, which theoretically is the second Cosmic Ghost, the real Cosmic Ghost Rider's second appearance. And I grabbed this because it is clearly a Brian Bolland cover of Batman Secret Origins Batman villains. And I grabbed a nice copy of Mighty Avengers #245. Like I said, I'm going to start picking those up when they're real nice. And I grabbed this. This is a George buy here. He always said he always buys them, but this one's like perfect.
That's a great cover.
Yeah, Marvel Fanfare #10. It's that Black Widow cover.
That's a great cover.
And we'll do one more for the hell of it. Secret Invasion Director's Cut. It's #1. Because obviously they got the scrolls in the movies and stuff. I bet Secret Invasion #1's going to end up skyrocketing.
Okay. I also got a Robert Hill. There it is, Dave. It comes with the COA.
Oh, okay.
So
Robert Hack.
I kind of got that on the wheel that you spun. This was the con exclusive that Dave mentioned earlier.
We didn't see the spinning wheel.
I didn't see the shirt thing, so we're even. You know.
Yeah, we got free shirts because CW was there, and all we had to do was go on social media and hashtag CW Buzz.
I did not see that. So
yeah, cool.
The last issue of Master of Kung Fu for $2. Fantastic Four 226 for $2 with Samurai misspelled on the cover. Small, insignificant notation for all you spelling folk out there. Master Kung Fu #2. This stuff's probably going to blow up. So Master Kung Fu is probably good to be picking up cheap if you can do it. I'd like to thank Dave for this cover. This is a Suspense Stories cover, the infamous cover with the axe, but however that is Wolverine and Sabretooth. They did a little tip of the hat there. Dave,
Todd.
Yeah, I know I owe you $3.
I'm like, what? I'm like,
I brought this because I didn't realize. Did you ever see this one?
yeah, I have it.
Yeah, okay, never mind. Totally insignificant. This was I traded for this, but this was my big acquisition for the weekend.
Not a dollar book.
Not a dollar book, no. First Taskmaster, so that was pretty cool.
Cool.
I don't know where this came from, but I had it.
Lord of Gore.
Lord of Gore, but this was a Cincinnati Comic Expo, and when I showed it to the guy, he goes, nobody ever shows up with this one. He's like, that's pretty exclusive. So I probably grabbed that out of a dollar bin. Not just because I'm like, this looks kind of weird. And since he was signing stuff, I bought a comic book off of him. What exactly? D.B. Stanley is the writer for the Lord of Gore series. So do you want me to take a break and you want to hit it? Or?
Okay.
Is it your turn or my turn? It's your turn.
My turn. Okay, so I'll just do these because Batman Legend of the Dark Knight 16, 17, 18.
Ooh, he looks like he's regretting some life decisions in that
For
one.
real.
That's a cool cover. 19.
Maybe for you.
Yeah. And 20.
Ah.
So.
What?
Because I don't know, you said that it's a
The Venom storyline's really good.
Really cool storyline. So I thought for $1, why not?
You'll say that to yourself a lot. For $1.
I know.
What the heck?
I actually, what's funny is I just watched it because I told her what a great storyline it was, and those were all in really nice shape. So they were all together. I was like, you should buy these and read these. But I saw that on a top Batman stories video I watched yesterday on DCU. That was on there. It was like number 5 or something. It was like halfway. Is that it?
Yeah. All
right.
Hold on to these.
I found this Witcher. This is actually when we went to that store. Witcher #1. I remember Comic Tom was making a big deal about it because they're making a TV show or movie or something.
Oh, okay.
And this is the first appearance. So it looked like it's going for about $20 right now. And then I found 2 copies of this. I've been wanting to get this for a long time, but I never wanted to pay the money. Found 2 copies of this. This is the first, I forget his name, Elijah something. He's the first Captain America. He's a black guy. So Black Captain America, that's awesome. And then Just
Yeah.
just
Why is he got it?
just then to fill in a hole. I since forever I bought the other ones when they came out, but I somehow never got that one, and I found a nice copy of Wolverine Saga.
That's quite the
#3.
hole filler there, Dave.
And then I found finally I got shitty copies of this, and I grabbed a real nice copy of Firestar #4. And not #3. It looked like it in a bag, but when I opened it up, it did not. It's not so nice.
Why aren't you playing that song when you're showing those?
And then #2, which one?
Firestarter.
Firestar. Star.
Look, work with me here. I can give me your pen, your Dark Horse pen. I'll fix it.
Dude, that cover's so badass. Her Torch and Wooby in her tan outfit, man. So, and then what else? And then go ahead. We'll move on. I don't want to because I got a whole series here too.
Okay.
All right, I took some stuff for Robert Hack to get signed, and this was one of them. I was kind of bummed out because I had a chance to buy the prelim for that cover, and I did not.
Son of a bitch.
So there's one of those kick yourself moments. This was supposed to be a con exclusive. Mercy Sparks. She's given the baby some beer. This was limited to 20 copies. It just says Three Rivers Comic Con on it, but so I grabbed one of these. So
Cool.
I don't know how that flew. This was a really cool Robert Hack cover that he did that looks like an old VHS tape. I mean, he really put some thought and and creative stuff in there. But I got him to sign that, and since there was a werewolf on it, I got him to sign it in silver, like the silver bullet. So that was what I got for the comic books.
That on the bottom says don't
I don't know.
bending them, bending the spine. Do you guys understand that condition is everything with these things?
Yeah.
So when you're bending them, that's not good.
What are you, a farmer?
All right, you gonna go?
I'm gonna go. Okay. The Marvel 75th anniversary celebration, and I did look this up, but I did not write. Like it had like
Don't tell me that was $1.
It was $1.
Yeah,
Oh.
it
We find them in dollar bins all the
was
time.
like
I know
Man.
you do.
3 million notes on
Would you
there,
spend $50 on it?
No.
okay.
I'm not upset that
They were good for like 70 when.
I'm upset that people don't know this stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like
Dude, people were spending $70 when Stan Lee died on that book, man.
I know.
It's crazy.
I know.
It's like I'm saying, dig in your dollar bins.
You know what? Actually, I have to check. I think I do have a copy, and I think you pulled out a dollar bill. You go here. I'm like, this is the 5th one or something. So.
Okay.
You got that Quasar Thanos
yes.
cover.
It's what is it? 26. Cool Thanos cover.
Quasar.
He pops up on quite a few Thanos or Quasar covers.
Yeah.
So they're good to look for. There's more than one.
Adventures of Superman. Funeral for a Friend.
Is that the first print, second print, third print? Isn't that the reason you bought it?
Second.
Because it has the Roman numeral
Because
2.
it has the Roman numeral 2.
And then it doesn't have the yellow and red, standard yellow and red. You can notice that it has purple and light blue on there.
Yeah, that's why I bought it. I bought this Doom Patrol
Peanut Gallery.
because I liked the cover when
That
I
is.
should have bought the other Doom Patrol. But yeah, I don't know. I just like there was something about that. I like that cover. Invincible Iron Man 29. I bought that one only because it looks like it looks like Rescue on the cover there. And then Afterlife with Archie #5. I did not have that one, so
Cool. You have to read that series. It is pretty neat.
You have to.
I have to.
Well, you seem to be buying them. There got to be some reason.
I'll put it on the list.
I have the first issue of this, but I don't have the others. It's the Marvel Comics Presents Weapon X storyline.
Wow.
So I finally getting the other ones.
I
I see them in
have-
dollar bins all the time, but these are real nice copies, and I finally just decided to get them.
I've seen him look better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
a little rough.
I noticed Mike Mignola did the back cover to one of these too when I was rebagging them, and it was actually pretty cool. It's definitely see he likes Mignola, but yeah, these are all Barry Windsor Smith artwork too. Todd,
Is that
I don't know if you
right?
knew that. He's the one that wrote and I think he wrote it and drew it, if I can remember correctly. But, so there's a shit ton. I think it was like 12 issues or something.
What'd you do? Just were you at the con or were you at the store?
This was at the con. It was the guy I bought a key issue off of, actually. but he had a dollar bin there. So then I grabbed this one. This is the first Renee Montoya. If you guys see this, this is week 48 of 52. The first Renee Montoya as the question.
What?
And the origin of the Birds of Prey.
Now, I see a bunch of different comic books that have the number in the title. What is the story with that? I mean, is it how are?
So there was first there was Identity Crisis, and then there was an Infinite Crisis. That was their two major events. Then to bridge that, it was like a year later. So they did it for a year, 52 weeks.
So, but
they did a comic every week.
Like issue 48 is supposed to be week 48. I mean, they're numbered like that.
That's what it says.
I run into them all different numbers, and I'm like,
okay.
I don't know what.
So, and then they did a series after that called Countdown to their next series, and that one it wasn't so good, but the numbers changed. Instead of just saying 52, it says like it goes backwards, it goes 50, 49, 48, 47. Mm-hmm. But that series wasn't so good. This series has some good keys in it, like the first Batwoman. Renee Montoya is the question. There's first appearance. It was actually a really good series, especially Black Adam's storyline was really good in it. I really loved that when it came out. I got a couple Swamp Things that I was missing. 112 and number 100. Ooh. Yeah. And
you found it.
The
nice.
The Quasar number 30. It's the first Venomized cover according to Taad, so it has Thor Venomized there.
It's just first Venomized character on a cover.
Right.
He doesn't appear in the story anywhere, but I guess they were just more or less,
Yeah.
So don't get too excited, but you first Venomized character besides Venom, that's the one you want.
Then I just grabbed this because it's so awkward, but it's the first issue of the Beef. I figure it's probably first appearance or whatever, and it's a cool cover. Grab this because all the hype. This is Ghost Rider 28's part 1 of the Midnight Suns. I think it's the first appearance of the team of the Midnight Suns. And it's still bagged. Grab this Groot number 3. Janine found these. This one isn't really anything. It just has a cool cover with the Silver Surfer. But this one is the first cameo of Baby Groot. And Groot.
Cool.
Then I just grabbed this because it was really wicked. Tells of the unexpected cover. Grab this Superior Carnage because I'm trying to get these Carnages now. These are all $1. Don't forget, guys. And then this one is FF. It's Future Force number 1. This is the first appearance of the Spidey Future Force suit. So it'd be hard keeping it
It
white.
looked like he was in a stormtrooper outfit.
I like that. I thought it was
What's
cool.
Okay, I could. It's a white suit. That's kind of weird.
So like, for some reason, whenever they use the new suits in the movies, it skyrockets the value of the book, which is crazy. Checkmate number 12. Grabbed it just because it's Bane breaking somebody's back.
Somebody else's back.
And Superman in Action Comics number 762. It's a Christmas cover I never saw before, with Superman pulling the sleigh and the villains doing their thing.
It looks like he's having a tough time.
Yeah. And then Janine found another Ultimate FF number 4. It's the first appearance of Miles Morhamus, the Ultimate Spider Ham.
And on that note,
So that was all my dollar books. And that's it. So what you got, Todd?
I am done with the comic book aspect, but I'm going to put this up here. I just found this. I was going through my files, and I needed it for representation. I found a really cool Clive Barker letter that I had somewhere that I picked up somewhere along the line. So
From Clive Barker.
Mailed to some lady explaining to her that he was busy, and he's sorry he didn't get back to her, and he included the 2 autographed pictures for her sons and thanked her for supporting his work, and got a little quick Clive signature on it. So I just figured I'd bring this because I literally don't think anybody knew what this. I think I paid $5 for this. I'm not kidding.
Cool.
I mean, so, but anyway, I needed it for some backing to show you the next stuff. I don't think anybody's shocked that I'm a big fan of Robert Hack. So he did the Blossom 666 cover.
That's the variant cover.
Yes, this is the variant cover, and this is the prelim. It would change a little bit. The difference being that instead of the mother and father being on the tombstones, it would be Archie Jughead and Veronica. And he also added a skull at the bottom. But this is the prelim.
Yeah, it looks like it won't stand erect for you, Todd. It's impotent.
Oh no. and Damn it! While the
Flaccid.
camera's on,
It's flaccid.
It's
Right in
never
front of everybody.
This never happens in private.
It's the first time it's ever happened.
So anyway, that's that was my kind of big buy. But so there's the prelim for the variant for the Blossom 666. That was put out through Stadium Comics, and it limited to 400.
Cool.
So as soon as I walked in, Robert had it, and he said, he goes, I figured as soon as I put that in there, it'd get sold. And I'm like, you are correct. Here's your money. So there's the prelim for that. And while I was in the file, I figured I'd bring one more thing. This was kind of a rare cover for issue 7, 8. This is not the standard cover. This was that Robert did. So on that note, while I was in the file, I found the prelim for it that I had purchased some time ago. So there's the preliminary sketch that Robert did for number 8 in this series. And one more. I picked up actual color that was pretty reasonable of Sabrina. Sabrina's hot. The show is. So Robert also has.
You're gonna get us arrested.
Yeah. That's one that I have
from 2020 is gonna dive in the room.
All right, well, I can add that to the rap sheet.
Jesus.
At any rate, so before I go to jail, there you go. Small.
Is that really watercolor? I don't know if that's watercolor.
I'm not sure.
I'm not
it
looks like
artist.
pastels to me.
So I don't know.
Or maybe, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't know if it's the background technique. He has like this really weird texture. Actually, there's a big wrinkle in the piece of paper, and he worked it right into the piece of art.
Cool.
Just blazed right over. Didn't care if you could actually feel it in the paper.
Huh.
So anyway, I'm a fan of Robert, and when I get a chance, I pick up his stuff as I can afford it. So, whoops.
Cool.
So that was my con haul. So go ahead, guys.
Okay. I only have 2 more books.
Show one.
That-
Cool ones though, man. These are great.
Yeah, these are cool.
Yeah.
Marvel Tales. Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Ham.
No, that's the first appearance.
First appearance.
Uh-huh.
Now I'm assuming you found that in the not a dollar bin.
Not
No.
a dollar bin.
That's also the first appearance of Goose Rider.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Hulk
Hulk Bunny.
Yeah.
Captain America.
I don't know if they're really creative or really reaching. I don't know. But it's up for you guys to decide. But
You know what? These aren't dollar bins, but I found. Well, actually, Janine found these couple that I was missing in my collection. I've had since the beginning of time, but I was always missing numbers 3, 4, and 5. So she found number 3.
now, what'd you say? These are dollar bins?
No.
Okay.
These ones I had to pay a couple bucks for. And then number 4.
I love the cover on that.
Yeah.
With all the under the sea. Yes.
And then also we found a copy at the same place. We found that it was this is the recalled Wolverine 131 that has the anti-Semitic language that Sabretooth uses in it. So they recalled it and then put it back. Instead of using the K word, they changed it to killer.
Yeah.
And the reprint.
I was all excited. I actually found one in the dollar bin, and Dave's like, "You better check that." And I'm like, "Check it for what?" He's like, "They did put out," and I was like, "Ugh." And we looked, and I was like, "Yeah, you're right, killer, mood killer." And I was like, "Man." So check the book before you pay any amount of money for it to make sure.
But you know what? We're gonna find those in the dollar bins, man. You know.
You know what? You would be astounded at what you find in the dollar bins. So
We'll find all that stuff in the dollar bins. Somebody's gonna trade it in that didn't know what it was. So.
yeah.
Go ahead.
Drum roll.
I have one more book.
Uno mas.
Yeah, it's a really Mighty Thor 337. Oh no! Oh my gosh.
Why don't you give it to somebody who cares
No,
about it?
I heard-
I do care, but I do care.
In my head, I heard glass cracking.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And it is the first appearance of Beta Ray Bill.
You must have paid crazy money for that since it's the hot book of the week.
It wasn't actually. It wasn't.
It was the actual rate that should be.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah. It
So, but it'll probably go up a little bit and stay up a little. It'll go up a lot and then drop back down, but it'll stay. It won't. It'll be probably a little bit above what it normally is. But she got a good deal on that, man.
Well, that's something to be said. Keep in mind, folks, when you're at a con, the less that those people have to drag back out the door and put in their cars, vans, and whatever else is better for them. So usually you could get a pretty good deal, just don't be afraid to, bargain with them.
I traded in my Avenger 684, the first appearance of Immortal Hulk, remember I paid half cover price, $2 for it, and got credit for it. So I ended up paying a total of $32, including that book for another copy of Teen Titans number 12, the regular edition. And the only thing wrong with it has a little spinal tick right below the DC logo. Other than that, it's like perfect, man. So that's a good buy right there. So I finally have two of them. I wanted two of them at least. So, and especially for that price, man. If I see them that price, I'm never passing them up, man. You know what I mean? Then my I guess I got three big purchases. Do you guys have anything else left? Oh, you got one thing left.
I'm good.
All right, I'll save the one.
I have this.
I got this. Actually, I got a bundle. Guys, I paid for this stuff. Like, I didn't get a good deal. I paid the going rates, and if any flaws it's because they earn the Mylars. But I got the ASF or Ultimate X or Uncanny X-Men 129. So this is actually probably very fine plus condition, I would say. And this is the first appearance of Kitty Pryde, Emma Frost, and the majority of the Hellfire Club.
I think with the introduction of that title, I think it just tripled the price.
Ultra awesome. The amazing, spectacular, ultimate, uncanny.
Either you got a great deal on all three, or that you paid way too much.
But this book, you don't see it out too much. I think people were hoarding it. It's one of these books people are hoarding because it's such a mega key.
Yeah.
And it is expensive, dude. It's not cheap, but that's a really nice copy. So I finally got that one. Remember, I kept saying I wanted to get my Uncanny X-Men off my list. That's one of the major keys in that run. And then all I have left is the first Dark Phoenix and the first Phoenix are the major ones. Then the rest are all like, I'm kind of starting high, And then the biggest buy, and this one is beautiful, man, and it's sophisticated suspense, but this is a beautiful, beautiful copy of Swamp Thing number 37. It's the first appearance of John Constantine. And aside from the staples being off-centered a little bit, it's like perfect, man. It's perfect. It's the direct, and it's in a top loader. So like I said, if you see any flaws or whatever, but it's from the top loader. But it's beautiful, man. It's really nice. I'm glad I spent the money because
Swampy sort of looks like he's saying, "Where'd all my money go?" That's exactly what that issue is.
What do you mean you ate the last slice of pizza?
What?
So that was my big purchase.
We parked the car right here.
About to blow up. So yeah, that was my big. That was one of the books that I went there saying that I was going to at least get one of those. There's 4 books that are on my list this year, and that was one of them. So I got 2 down, 1.5 down, because I do want to replace that 180. But if they skyrocket, I don't have to be upset that I don't have it. So, all right. So what do you got there?
Oh, this is a portraits book that I had purchased off of Kickstarter.
They didn't put it in a plastic bag or a board or anything?
No, I didn't. No, actually, I have to buy one for it. I didn't have any that.
You don't have any bags or boards?
Not that would fit.
Not that would fit this.
That looks even bigger than Silver
Yeah,
Age.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it's Dave Wachter.
I think
right?
it's pronounced Wachter, yeah.
Wachter.
It's Wachter.
Wachter.
The only reason is
Really?
because I was on his website, and I think he actually literally put on there rhymes with tractor.
Oh, okay.
So I'm almost.
How do you know it's not Wachter? Rhymes with
You're
washer.
right, Dave. I think that's what it is. Why don't you just call him Dave, not Mr. Wachter Walker?
Yes. But he was going to be at the con, and I had purchased this book off of his Kickstarter, so I took it to have him sign it, and he actually was nice enough to draw a little something in there for me.
Grab it up here so it
I
doesn't.
don't want to,
Yeah, he
I don't know
drew
if
you
you can see this, but
Obama.
an Obama. And then he
Cool.
signed it for me.
So it's original artwork. So when you put it in a bag, you have to write on there as original artwork on
Yeah.
there.
But yeah, I didn't have one that.
And he did that just because you supported his Kickstarter. That's
yeah,
pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's
that was pretty cool of
nice.
him.
Oh yeah, he seems like a nice guy, man. He's such a good artist too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that book's portraits in civil rights or something like that. I think it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
If you guys want to check out any of Dave's work that is maybe a little more pedestrian, I'm pretty sure he's doing a lot of the Godzilla series.
no, he's doing. I think Ninja Turtles right now, but he did do the Godzilla series.
so-
he did Godzilla Cataclysm. And,
Yeah, if you want to see what his work is all about, and you like something like Godzilla, which is pretty much universal.
He's so
Check
good,
him out.
man. He's such a good artist.
Yes,
That's
he
why
is.
I finally pulled the trigger because I've been wanting to get something for him for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and I got him to draw me. And I always knew I wanted to get a Swamp Thing from him, so I got him a Swamp on the Swamp Thing blank cover number 14. I got him to draw me a Swampy with the Infinity Gauntlet. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's glare, but yeah, dude,
Yeah,
that's
that
bad
is-
as hell.
That is- that's great.
Oh my god.
It's cool that he'll do something creative like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Some guys are like, I don't really do that type of stuff.
right.
You know.
Yeah, I threw it at him. I was like, because that's what I was thinking about. I was like, I'd like to see a Swampy with an Infinity Gauntlet. Like, you know what I mean? That's something you never see. That's pretty original.
Yeah.
So-
That's real cool, man.
So have an elemental with the Infinity Gauntlet. Yeah. But so that was my big purchase as far as artwork. And I guess that's it. Is that
Yeah.
it?
Well, I'd say we did pretty good overall. What'd you guys think of the con now that it's at a new location?
Well, I never went to that con before. So
Okay.
I actually really enjoyed it because it was actually a comic book convention
Yeah.
and not a celeb con. You know what I mean?
That
Yeah.
was definitely, they kept it comic book oriented because
Yeah.
you get a pretty good mixture of stuff that really doesn't go with the theme. If it says PopCon, I'm telling you right now, you're going to be in a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, they had
Yeah.
a few things
Yeah.
that were not, comic book.
They kept them rounded up to
But
the front
yeah.
there, but I think that was more like there was a reason for that stuff being there, and so like they had the CW there, but they have all the Arrow and all that stuff on that show, Supergirl, which is the shirt. But they had like newspapers or stuff like that, but it was up in the front corner where it wasn't. Sometimes you go to these PopCons and it's like walking through a yard sale and you'll go through whole aisles and you won't see comic books at all.
Yeah.
And it's not like that at all.
Some of the vendors are literally like a yard sale. I'm like, man, this.
And they actually had vendors from. Didn't the one guy said he was from Texas?
Yeah, they had
Yeah,
people
so
from
they
Texas
had-
came clear up here,
Yeah.
and he actually had pretty decent prices on his big books, man.
Mm-hmm.
But by that time, I was already tapped out. I was like, dude.
Dude, I am not lying. I think 400 or 4 minutes into the con, I was already at almost maxed the budget.
Mm-hmm.
That's how long it took me to buy it. I was like, well, I definitely found what I wanted, but I don't know what I'm going to do for the next 6 hours.
That's exactly what happened to me, man. I went to that one stand and they had the two books, and like I said,
Yeah.
I didn't get a great deal, but I was like, considering the condition of that Swamp Thing, and they had 2 books there, and he was going to cut me what he considered a deal, but I was like, you know what, I'm not going to find them in that condition, and I'll pay the extra money to have a,
You know what?
9.6 or whatever.
And I guarantee you, if you said, all right, I just got here, I'm going to go walk around because I don't want to.
Somebody would have
They
scooped
will
it
be
up.
gone. You will be mad at yourself because it happens all the time.
Now, one thing I forgot to do was I wanted to go back to the Devil's Due Studios table because he had those
That's-
Alexandria Cortez comics.
Isn't that
The one that the people lost their minds over, the AOC comics. Did you see those?
Isn't this Devil's Due?
It might be.
Is it? What's that logo say up in the corner?
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. So this is. So you're talking DB Stanley.
No.
Well,
The guy who it was Josh Blaylock. That was
Okay.
there.
Well, I mean,
Right,
he's
yeah.
the writer for this, but was
Josh Blaylock, I think, runs that whole Devil's Due.
okay.
But I didn't get the AOC. I wanted to get the special
Yeah.
edition Wonder Woman tribute cover, and I forgot, and because we ran out of time, and Robert Hack had my phone, and we wanted to get COAs and everything else. We were running around, and I was like, after I got home, I was like, shit, I forgot that AOC. So I actually contacted, because we saw a few people we knew up there, and I contacted the guy who owns my LCS. And asked him if he was going back yesterday, and he said yeah. So I asked him to pick me up. So I should be able to get that on Wednesday. He should have it for me. So he's gonna hook me up. So
Cool. Good.
But it was a really nice con, man. I
I-
really enjoyed it. It seemed like everybody was having a good time. And I
Yeah.
did hear people saying the same thing that I was saying, that, you know, it's a comic con and not a... So, and that's a draw for nerds, you know what I mean?
I got to hold a book that was
That was funny.
$5,000.
That EC book.
A $5,000 book.
No, that wasn't an EC. That was Chamber of Chills 19. If you've ever seen the Misfits album cover, Die, Die, My Darling, it's the cover that Glenn kind of borrowed.
Yeah, he's a habit of doing that, huh?
Yeah, yes. Just like when they call Led Zeppelin the world's greatest cover band, you know. We might have, you know, took some liberties with somebody else's record, but we won't get into that. George was cool enough to let me see that, and I had to hand it to Janine and then just ask her if she ever held a $5,000 book before, which...
Yeah.
He had some real nice stuff. Actually, we did an interview with him. It's part 1 because he's going to be doing another interview here. But it was just going over, looking at his stand, and it's going to be in probably the segment after this. So.
All right, cool. Yeah, we got a couple of things coming up. I got a mail call that came in.
Ooh.
I think maybe I will wait because Comic Tom has sent me a message and mailed out the
really?
the prize for
that one you won.
Yeah, so
Cool.
so maybe we'll just do those together. So that one's coming. I don't know, whenever it comes. Maybe we'll just wait.
Okay. But yeah, so that con was a success. I wish, honestly, like, I went over budget. I wish my budget was even better of a budget. Because honestly, I went there expecting to spend money, but I could have spent a lot more, man. I mean, and there was a lot of neat stuff. A lot of books I never see. You don't see these spider pigs there anywhere. First Mighty Mouse, first Scooby Doo, those EC books.
But there again, that's what I'm saying. I mean, it was actually a con with like some legit stuff. I mean, it was like, this isn't just a bunch of stuff that they dragged out of the shops. I mean, there was a lot of people there with so I'm kind of glad because some people didn't have credit card readers, which if you've never seen sparks fly off of a credit card, you've never hung out with me at a comic book convention because it's been known to happen.
Yeah, mine started melting too.
Yes. As a matter of fact, it was really good. I don't know how long you want to go in this segment, but it was good that the Fantastic Four, the Black Panther one, Black Leopard. I had pulled together about $30 worth of stuff and gave the guy the credit card, and his reader wasn't working. It wasn't doing it. So after I did all my shopping, I literally had $22 on me. I pulled all my money out of my pockets and said, "I have $22." And he went, "I held you up. Here's the books. I'll take the 22."
Cool.
So I mean,
when I bought those spider hams, the guy, the spider hams in the Wolverine. The guy looked at me and I was like, I'm not even going to ask him to cut me a break, you know what I mean? He's like, you know what? He's like, you're paying by credit card? I'm like, yeah. He's like, how about if we make it, instead, I think it was like 21 something, 22. He was like, how about we'll just make it 19? He like made a deal. He cut a deal for me. I was like, I didn't even ask. I was like, cool.
Yeah.
Didn't even have to ask.
That's the guy whose credit card wasn't reading. It was right on the tip of my tongue. I was going to say, well, let me see what I want to put back. And he handed them to me because I held you up, man. You know, it's not my fault. And I was like, well, thank you. You know, I mean, so when you asked me if I paid $20 for the Fantastic Four, no, I'm not sure what I paid. I paid $20 for the Fantastic Four, and the rest of them were $2, literally $2.
Well, it's funny because like I was like, man, I got all that overtime this week, so I don't feel so bad splurging. But now I'm thinking, man, I hope I get overtime this week.
Yeah.
But
that's just everything that's on the wish list is there.
Well, I know that sci-fi con's coming up. I'm not so sure about that, but that next big thing is going to be the customer appreciation sale where the dollar bins are going to be 3 for $1.
Yeah,
dude, trust me, I'm going to go there and I'm spending the whole day there. I'm putting in a shift. I'm going to pack a lunch and
the sci-fi in the valley. I did that one last year. And it is definitely, it runs into the pop culture thing.
Yeah.
It's literally like 2 floors. Downstairs, there's usually some major players in the comic books. Jacob, Todd, a couple other guys. And then it's kind of like filler people who might do it as a hobby. And upstairs is arts and crafts and cosplay and stuff. So don't get your hopes up on that one. Cool con, but not exclusive.
One of the things that was nice about this one too was it was only $10 to get in, and I didn't feel like I was getting raped.
Yeah.
To
You're not already in the the hole on a 20 spot.
Right, and then plus then after we got in, they were like, "Oh, here, take one of these," and take it. Then I had a whole table of freebies. I was like, "Hell yeah!" Oh, you get a free graphic novel. I was like, "Hell yeah!"
I got a beer out of the deal.
And then Robert Hack gave away 2 books.
Yeah.
So there was enough giveaways that you more than made out.
You
Like
know what, there were some other artists that gave away a couple signed issues.
Probably his hopes, I would bet.
I didn't realize it until later somebody said, "Did you get these?" And I was like, "Oh no." So yeah, I mean they made it worth your while. Just
they did.
You know.
Yeah, I definitely be going to the next one. I don't know, wait, once a year? That Three Rivers Con? I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah. So.
But it's definitely the best con around here, I would say.
That it's great. It greatly improved, you know. So especially with the new location, I noticed that they put special guest air conditioning.
They aren't blowing heat on.
Because the other one didn't have AC, and I'm gonna tell you what, you worked for that money.
All right, let's nerdcore out.
Yep.
All right.
Nerdcore out. Swampy out. Venom. We gotta get the Venom thing. All right, guys, we're here with our pal George that we've spoken about, referenced on our videos before. I don't even know your name, bro. What is it?
Rusty Staples.
Rusty Staples. Dave, man. So we're here at the bathroom booth with George. He's got his set up. He's got his smorgasbord of comics to choose from, but then he's got his wall books. Let's take a look at your wall books, brother. Where do we start? What do we got here? You got any stories?
I hope that the books speak for themselves.
Yummy.
The hottest, worst spec in comics.
What else we got? We got that Master Kung Fu that's skyrocketing.
She's pretty.
Everything pretty high grade up here?
We do have very nice comics that are on their way to CGC if they don't sell off the wall today.
Such as what? What are we sending out?
Well, I don't know that there's a book on the wall.
You got them ECs. You got them ECs down here. These ECs?
There's definitely ECs. There's multiple copies of each book.
Wow.
Yeah.
Todd did see those.
Let's take a look at that Moon Knight. She's gorgeous.
What is that, like a 125, 150 or something like that?
She is a 1 in 50. It's probably a 9.6, but you never can tell. There's no color breaking defects.
Is that Sienkiewicz?
It is, in fact.
Cool. That's
Man,
the Moon Knight
legend.
artist. It's almost heresy to not have a Sienkiewicz do your Moon Knight covers.
I agree.
And then we got, what else we got here?
Everybody loves that Chamber of Chills.
Where are we at? Whoa! Oh, that's that one. I didn't even realize it was that one.
Yep.
It's that one.
It's the real deal.
What's the price tag on that guy?
4K.
Did you see this, Janine? 4K.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the one. I got
You got to touch it.
hold it.
So she said.
Why won't she ever say that to me? No one has ever said that to me.
So we got Sandman number 1 there.
It
That's
makes
nice.
me feel ashamed. I
Dude.
need that kind of support in my life.
It's amazing that they use this
Image?
on a coloring book of all things.
Yeah, it was on a poster as well. I believe that the coloring book predates the poster.
That poster, back in the day when I was a kid, I did everything, tried to trade one of my buddies everything for that damn poster. He would not go for it, man. But now, yeah, they got it in that, what is it, 1 in 100? Is that
1 in 100.
They have the new symbiote Spider-Man. What else we got here? Oh, we got that jock cover.
Yeah, that's a newsstand variant. Check her out.
You have a lot of that books.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah. Oh.
Infamous Batgirl.
Yeah.
Boom.
She's also a newsstand, if you notice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Got this one. That's high grade Swampy.
That is a real high grade Swamp Thing.
I think mine's only like a 6. Didn't get back from CGC yet. That's a nice
Yeah.
one. Wow.
Yep. There's both the Light and Dark Umbrella Academy.
Oh, that's right. They're claiming their variants now.
Yeah.
Does one go for more than the other?
I have no idea. I don't think so.
Let's see what else we got here. We got the first color Hellboy.
But if they do, you should come to Three Rivers Con and take advantage of me.
Take advantage of them. The
Why won't anyone take advantage of me, Dave?
let's see.
Also
The recently
newsstand
hot
Gambit.
Brother Voodoo. Which one? The Gambit newsstand.
Yeah, it's newsstand.
Then we got more EC down here, more EC goodness. Suspense stories, oh my. Gnarly. Oh, understandable. Okay. Thor got it. That thing's still hot. Thor got a Thunder 6.
It sure as heck should be. I'm not sure. But that did
Flash. Hey, then you had a Tank Girl over here I never saw before.
Oh, the first appearance of Tank Girl.
Boom.
That's also the
Magazine.
Seduction of the Innocent cover. Remember the Seduction of the Innocent, right?
Oh, okay.
That's where it first appears
No
in
shit,
Ladies'
huh?
Home Journal.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Interesting. So that's the.
Maybe the problem is I got a lot of comics nobody knows what they are, except for me.
That's definitely cool though. So that's the. What's his face? That's what his synopsis of what was wrong with the country,
Yep,
and it was comic
They were
books.
player hating.
All right, so they're closing down. Oh, I see you got some CGCs. Let's check those out real quick.
Yeah, they're nothing that special. I
Oh,
promise.
Not special. All right,
Nope.
let's get out of here, guys. Thanks for the interview, George.
Slinging books.
What if I had the power to gather all of my favorite MCs with the illest comic book characters and they became arch enemies? Inconceivable, unbelievable, yet as wild as it seems. The Emperor and Stan Lee would coach the two opposing teams. Keep it clean, no backs.